obećali, došli, Budimpešta, sajam lova i ribolova, neki kažu dobar je, neki kažu sranje, mi došli da vidimo. Pa i da je dobar i da je sranje, snaći ćemo se. Za početak prvi info, da bude malo informativnog karaktera. Parking mora biti plaćen, pokušali smo i mi najlon varijanta da bude nešto zemlja vamo tamo, pa smo vidjeli da svaki točak ima kandžu zakačenu i neku kaznu tipa 100 evra koliko smo pročitali. Znači parking, 5000 forinti ili ti 15 evrića i to je to. Ajmo da vidimo šta je unutra, je li sranje ili dobro. Karte se vrlo jednostavno uzimaju, znači čim smo ušli nije bilo neke gužve. 6100 forinti je jedna karta, znači to je neki 20 eura valjda, malo manje, 15, pa 6100. Tako da, eto to je, oni su mene ubedili da je 15, pošto su mi dali 30 eura, ja sam platio karticom, a verovatno je 20, tako da 20 eura ja častim 5. Tako da, ajmo dalje da vidimo šta ćemo. Inače, smo pokušali da nađemo, ovaj jedan deo ovamo je lov, treba naći ribolov, mislim, logično je za nas poluretarde kao što smo mi, prosto nacrtana je riba, samo pratite ribu.
Nešto zbog čega smo svratili na ovaj štand da pogledamo. Ovi novi Gaborovi 500 gramci, onako štap koji po onom što smo gledali baca 500 grama. Moj prvi utisak je da je ovo nešto što više liči na neki šaranski štap i po broju karika se vidi i sve, ali za takve stvari i mora da bude ovakva motka. Mislim, ovo je nešto što realno nama ne treba, ali eto, postoje situacije ko hoće da peca sa hraniliicama od 250 grama, može da proba sa ovim. Ovo je konkretno 3.9, 100 do 500, koliko sam video ima ga i na 3.60 i na 3 metra neka varijanta. Tako da, onako, motka.
Dobro se.
Pa vidi, više liči na šaranski štap, to govori. Pogledaj broj karika. Ti ovde imaš 2, 4, 6, 10 karika ukupno sa vrhom. Ajde samo pogledamo vrhovi kakvi su. Da, ovo je vrh 5 unci, ali ozbiljan vrh koji ima samo 4 karike. I pogledajte prvu kariku kolika je. Znači, tu može da se koristi ozbiljan šok lider, debeo, neće smetati ništa. Tako da, ali kažem, štap namenjen za hranilice 200 plus grama. To je to. Na koji sam pre nekih 25 godina, bukvalno kad sam bio dete, pecao samo Karpe Expert, taj su mi preporučivali u to vreme babušku na 0.32, tako su mi govorili da treba. Pa sam posle nekog vremena shvatio da je to predebelo i prejako, ali to je, ne sjećam se, drugačije pakovanje, bilo kartonska kutija, ali ta slika, taj najlon. Štap komentarisali, ako je to taj štap koji svi hvale, vodi se kao metod feeder, ali kažu da je odličan za Dunav. Evo, čisto ne znam kako se pravilno izgovara taj naziv, ali ovo je nešto što kažu da je odlično za Dunav. 120 gramac, 3.9, ima ga i na 4.2 i 3.6, ali ovo je dužina koja je nama zanimljiva. ali ono što mogu da kažem je da je odlično deluje, nekih 3.9, 225 gramac, to nama treba. Ali cena, da vidimo cenu. Koliko ovo dođe? 135.000?
135.000 forinti, koliko je to?
Ajde, ako neko može da izračuna.
135.000 forinti u evrima.
Evo ima ga i u medium varijanti nekoj, 165 gramac, koji je onako dosta lakši. I bilo bi bolje da je možda ova prva karika veća i da je malo podignuta, ali dobar štap. Cena prava sitnica.
We have
I don't talk.
yeah. We have more than 70 different feeder rods in our range nowadays. So including the Monta feeder rods, which are on the other stand, and the Seria Water feeder rods. It's all what you see is under our brand, but we don't change very frequently. So normally if something goes in the program, it stays in for 4, 5, 6 years. And the most important novelty, let me say, the new stuff, is the Racer X range. We had the racer feeder rods in the past. The last 4 or 5 years, that was the #1 sale for competition anglers, the racer category. And now the Racer X, so the new range is coming out. It is the first time that we can show it to the public. The sales will start in the middle of the year, end of May. That's the prognosis at the moment. So this is what we really have new, because all the Hypernovas and Darts and the world champions from last year, they are already existing on the market, but the Racer X will be something to come in. I spent half of my year last year in Serbia for feeder fishing because we had the World Championship there, you know, in Brisa Palanka. And I spent there a lot of time and didn't catch so much fish, so maybe this year I don't go so many times. But as Serbia is a frequent venue and a country who organize big international matches, most probably I will be there soon again.
Okay, for the last, thanks for everything you're doing in feeder fishing, and we really love it. Your products and everything you do.
Thank you very much, and all the best for Serbian anglers all around Serbia. Well done, and come on Nole.
Ne može više, to je to.
Ja sad ću pokazati ono. Samo drži prst na blanku i ostaviš tako kako je. I osjetiš tačno kako priča kroz blanku.
Da. Vibrira ceo, da.
To je fora. Jako senzitivan, ali jako čvrsti. Ja pokazam. Aj tapke, dođe što više ljudi pa da kažem ovo. Evo, poneš to. Vidite sad. Ajmo, vidiš.
Je smijem sa dve ruke?
Smiješ ko hoćeš, ali ako imaš i treću.
Vibriram ceo.
Ajmo sad obrnuto da ti ja stvarno pokažem čistoću. Drži ti vrh.
Vidi, ja ne smijem baš da se zajebam kod...
A si se ozdao, brate?
Nije jeftin štap.
Ja si se...
To je taj rad.
Stilno, druže. Eto, ozdao se čovjek. Ozdao se čovjek.
Gledaj, kad ideš na bacanje, gledaj koliko brzo se on vraća. Znači, to je veliki...
Pjevo.
Znači, stvarno to je...
Ne smije da mogu svega malo
Strašno što.
Bruka, druže, bruka. Jeb.
Proizvođač štapava može potvrditi, s ovim štapom je bačeno sa 110 grama cage feeder, bačeno je 217 metara, što je već jaka brojka. Ljudi ne vjeruju, proizvođač je tu, znači
Kaži mi samo
pitajte.
koja je cena ovog štapa?
Cijena ti je 379 eura.
379
Da.
eura.
370. Svi komponenti koji su na štapu, znači imamo Fuji ringove kao šteg. Čisto se proizvodi u Mađarskoj, znači blankovi nisu iz Kine kao pretežno, nego to radi jedna firma, za njega ekstra spaja 3 sloja karbona i on kasnije to sve onda ručno spaja, pravi sve kako. Pošto svaki štap je testiran prije prodaje, znači sa ovim feederima dunavskim mi dižemo tegove 7,5 kg za test i ako stvarno želimo da znamo je li to taj štap, do 10 kg dižemo tegove.
A kaži mi samo, ajde nabroj nam iz kompletne serije, šta sve ima? Ovo je 4,5 metra 200 gramaca, šta još ima?
4,5 metra 200 grama, ima ovaj 4,20, on ti je do nekih 130 grama.
Ovo je odličan štap, da.
Ali to je odlično, znači imamo još kraće, imamo do 3,60, 3,30, isto tako.
Da li imaš?
Imamo i 3,9, da.
Ajde. Ovo je 4,20.
To ti je sasvim druga. To je Enforcer, to je početna. To je znači početni štap, on će na nekih 230 eura. Enforcer serija, blankovi su jako jaki, ali nije toliko senzitivan štap.
Ovo mi je bolji štap.
A DuraSense naravno da je bolji puno.
Daj mi da vidim taj.
Evo je naša verzija 3,90, mada je kod nas 3,96, 13 stopa.
Da. Ovo ti je dobar štap.
Piše ti,
Da.
tu je bacanja do nekih isto 120-130 grama. Realno bacanje, znači. It's going about the brands. How did you start the brand? What was your first idea how to start it?
Hello Serbia, hello Balkans. My name is Rodbuilder Mate, as everyone knows me. I was born in a very poor village in eastern Hungary with almost no house and no food. And that triggered me to catch fish, and that triggered me to start making fishing rods. And this started 28 years ago.
20 years ago.
28.
28 years
Then
ago.
I was 10 years old, yeah.
Oh,
Making rods.
that's a long time.
Yes.
What can you tell us about the experience of rod building?
Well, it's hard to match my past and my history with the life I live and the business I do. But if I wanted to compare, I was a poor boy in a village, but I like the best looking girls in the town. You know, I like quality and I always want perfection. And this triggered me to start making rods when I was young, because the rods from the shops couldn't satisfy me for what I wanted. So I started taking them apart and remake them, changing the guide systems and everything. So I become very, very confident how to make rods by the time I was 17, 18 years old.
Okay, now we're here with the feeder team, and of course they want to know more about the feeder fishing and about the feeder rods. What differences between the Enforcer, like let's say starting rods, and the DuraSense feeder rods?
Okay, the Dura rods are my flagship models. The blanks and the guide system are my flagship models in all the fishing rods. And because I used to fish feeder as well when I was young, I always wanted to have a rod that is my basic feeder rod, that 12 foot 366 medium heavy, that just has the perfect action. And for that rod, I wanted to develop a guide system that you can really cast extremely far with nice reels. And from that model, I started making longer and longer and longer and shorter rods to apply the same system, that the guides really do the job much better than anyone else in the market, because I only seek for perfection and I like precise long casts, no matter how long the rod is, and I want the rod to be able to set the hook beautifully and find the fish and cast precisely, that every single cast you make will end in a same spot without any gain.
Okay, and now about the Enforcer rods.
enforcer rods.
Yes.
The enforcer rods were born for those anglers who right now don't want or can't invest into Dura rods. Basically the same blank models from a little cheaper carbon, and they also have Fuji guides on them. So basically you get really a high-end rod for a little more than 200 euros with Fuji. No one has done that before.
Yes. Can we just go to the rods and see the difference between the rods, like the action, maybe?
Between Enforcer and Dura?
Yes.
Why not? I'm getting shy. Okay guys, this is my flagship rod. This is the most sold rod in Hungary, Romania and many places. This is just like, when you look at the guide system on it, yeah, it looks like a kind of spinning rod, carp rod, but when you look at it, it is just perfectly aligned with Fuji KW and KL and then KT guides. It's really spot on measured, and the material is made of my spinning rods, so when you cast, it just goes back straight. The recovery of the tip is really fast, so it doesn't wobble, and this is why it enables you to cast without any effort. So you can sit on your box, just do this, and your method feed there will end up at 70-80 meters without any power, and it will always go to the same place. It will not go to left or right direction.
Let us see the strength.
This rod is when you do method feeder fishing, you don't have to use the drag. All you do is set the hook and just reel it and land it. You don't have to give line. It will always give a little more and a little more to the fish, and not gonna lose the fish with the hook coming out of the mouth.
So this is the Dura, yeah?
Yeah, this is Dura, and we try to make same rod by using the same action. With a little cheaper rod, we really had to rework the whole blank to be able to get the same action, because actually the Dura rods are made of 3 different carbon, and this one is made of 1 carbon, but this rod is half price of the Dura, and basically it can do almost the same. It's not as fast, but same progressive action, so when you bend the rod, the whole rod works. It has a beautiful action. Really beautiful action. So it never has a moment when it stops bending, and this is what customers want in rods. That if you tournament angler, you're not gonna lose fish, and you're gonna win money, you're gonna win trophy, cups, and everything that you go for. Basically, this is what it is.
It's going. They will make a big video.
This is the
for
for
us.
start. Okay.
So just the last question. We have the feeder rod, especially for the Danube. So
Yes.
the 4.5 meters, 200 gram.
Yes.
Can you explain us why 4.5 meters and why this action? Because all the people who do a lot of feeder fishing, they take rods like 420 or 390. But why did you decide to make the 4.5 meters?
I love always going against the current, always casting against the current, and doing everything against the trends and follow my ideas, what I wanted in my life and nothing else. You see, one reason you have a deep river with heavy current, yeah? You want to stand your rods up like this, and you want the line to go as the highest angle as possible, so therefore you need to really maximize the length of the rod. And also the casting distance in many big waters, yeah? You have 100-150 meters shallow area, then you have a little break in which you have to cast through. It's very important, and many customers really needed something that they can cast over 150, 160, 180. This rod in my country, yeah, some people cast over 115, 117, 120 with this rod. This has a progressive action, as you can read here. It is not that river rod that looks like a broomstick. I heard that in Serbia they cast 300 grams with this rod, with ease, with no problem. Why you can do this? Because this rod was made to survive anything. The blank, the Fuji guides, all the way through, the distance between the reel, it is just designed for maximizing your fishing experience. When you look at it, yeah, it just looks crazy good. It looks beautiful.
Let's see the action.
I would never make a rod that bends only at the tip section and does nothing. This rod bends all the way down here. But progressive means really, the more you pull it, the more it gives.
Yeah.
But it gives power, but also has the flexibility. This is what progressive means.
So, there was like a miracle. The people didn't believe. But you have the video on your phone and you
Yeah.
have seen that with this feeder rod, the man who casted 217
For the second
meters.
cast, because he's
Yes.
a professional caster,
217. With
Yeah.
how many grams was that?
110. A
110.
joke.
So people with this rod, the people cast 217 meters with 110 grams.
But I
of-
did not make this rod
cage.
for distance casting because I don't make rods particularly for distance casting tournaments. This also couldn't enter a tournament because it's longer than the length that they could use. I make rods to catch fish for nothing else. It's just one good thing, a bonus that it can cast very far. But that's not the most important. But this rod can actually do it, and
Yes.
it's for fishermen, not for tournament anglers who go for casting tournaments. The length is there to cast high, long distances, and to have a nice angle and a nice parabolic action. If you hook into a big barbel, yeah, you don't want your hand to go like this. You want the rod to do the job and not your reel, because you want to save your line for next day and next day fishing and keep it straight, not make it like spinning spiral.
Yes, Mate. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you very much, and we're not gonna talk anything about my spinning rod. Thank you guys.
Somče.
Mi csináltuk tönkre teszik azok a csinálmak direkt. They wanna destroy it on purpose. This time. Serbia.
Sajam kao sajam i veliki nije velik. Onako, cool je, šta ja znam. I videli smo svašta i onako, za naše očekivanje smo i više nego zadovoljni. Ja mislim i da je Novica i Mire da super je za obići. Da li vredi sesti u auto iz Novog Sada, Beograda i doći ovde, ne vredi. Znači to onako nećete videti nešto što nemate priliku da možda vidite. Postoje brendovi koji su onako interesantni, ali da dođete da se oduševite benzar hrani sa, ne znam, sirom i lukom, mislim da ne vredi da se vozate. Sve ako nećete ženu da iznenadite nekim vikendom u Budimpešti. Ne vredi da se upali auto iz Beograda, da se putuje 5 sati i da se vidi nešto što nema prilike. Svakako, super je što je naše tržište puno, što je naše tržište može da vam omogući da vidite većinu ovih stvari i super je što ćemo vam mi uspeti prezentovati šta radi Rodbuilder Mate sa svojim štapovima. Videli ste u klipu, videli ste Antu koji je prezentovao na koji način to funkcioniše i mislim da ćemo vam bolje mi sa živim klipom pokazati šta oni ljudi rade nego sada da dođete ovde pa da vam on drži štap na jednom kraju, vi vučete na drugom i kažete wow, super ako ćete kupiti to. Tako da sve pohvale za brend, sve pohvale na tome što si nas pozvao ovde da dođemo. Tek ćemo prezentovati kroz emisiju, ali sajam kao sajam za nas super, ok, ali ništa wow.